O yan na nga mga kababayan, panoorin ho natin ang ambush interview dito kay Marcos Jr. kaninang umaga. Heto ho.
Take a few questions, sir. Sir, magsisimula po ang impeachment process sa Senado bukas. Your thoughts, sir, about how things are going?
Well, this is really a function of the Senate right now. So we leave it to them. It has moved already from the House. It has now been in the Senate for a few months.
Anak ng toka, binibilang ho pala niya ang buwan kung gaano nakatagal sa Senado yung impeachment na yan. O, para sa mga senador, makinig kayo, binabantayan kayo ng Malacanang. Bakit ang tagal yung inupuan yan? 3 buwan. Pero nung tinengga yan sa House of Representatives, tahimik yang si Bangag. Anak ng toko, ibang klase Brad, tama mo.
And we're watching, of course, what the Senate President Jesus Escudero is doing to try to make it as a peaceful a transition as possible from this Congress to the next. So, I think...
Ang controversy po ngayon ay kung tatawid daw from 19th to 20th Congress. As a former senator judge, what are your thoughts on that controversy, sir?
What is the controversy? It is very clear that it will. Because there's no way that even if they start the trial now, that they will finish it before the new senators come in. So, well, again, the senators will decide.
Ay, maliwanag ho mga kababayan, maliwanag pa sa sikat ng araw ha. Hindi, sa lagay na yan, ayaw pa ho niya ng impeachment dyan. Pero gusto niyang tumawid. Hindi ho yung sasabihin nitong si Marcos Jr. Ayan, tigilan na kasi natin yan. Kung kaya niyong tapusin dyan sa 19, tapusin na yan. Dami natin problema. Pero hindi ho yun ang suma. Ang dapat ho, talagang magtumawid yan at magtuloy-tuloy hanggang sa 2028. Yun ang gustong mangyari nito si Bangag. Yan na nga ba sinasabi ko sa'yo. Mabilis kayo kasi magpapaniwala eh. Huwag kayong sa anumang salitang lumabas sa bunganga ng mama na. Wala ho kayong mapapaniwalaan. Ha? Wala na hong pakialaman kung puro kasinungalingan, kung puro kabalbalan ang lumalabas sa bibig niyan. Ang importante lang dyan, mapagtakpan yung kanilang pagiging incompetent dito sa administrasyon na to. Yun lang ho mahalaga dyan sa mama na yan. Hindi... Kahit na lumubog ang Pilipinas, bagsak lahat, turismo, ekonomiya, wala ko silang pakialam. Basta kahit na nangyayari yan lahat ng yan, merong ibang napag-uusapan ng sambayanan. Yan lang ho importante dyan kay Marcos Jr. Kaya para sa ating mga kababayan na talagang sold na sold kayo sa impeachment na yun, mag-isip-isip po kayo. Ha? Meron yan ho yung ginagamit nilang smoke screen para pagtakpan ang lumalalang issue natin sa kriminalidad, sa korupsyon, sa droga. Yan hong flood control. Naku, mag-uulan na naman. Lagi ko pinapaalala na mag-uulan na naman dahil nakita naman ho natin kung gaano katinding aberya ang naranasan ng sambayanan noong nakaraang taon dahil dyan sa ulan na yan, dahil dyan sa mga flood control na hindi gumana na yan. Anong gagawin nila? Kahit nalubog na ang buong Pilipinas dahil merong impeachment, mapapagtakpan natin yan. Yan ho ang endgame dyan sa impeachment na yan. Gagamiting smoke screen para hindi mapag-usapan ng mga kapalpakan nitong si Bangag. Yun ho yun. Huwag ho kayong magpabudol. Kung ano man ang pagpapatagal, pagpapabilis, o kung ano pa man pinag-uusapan dyan, yan lang ho pang tatakip sa pagiging mahinang leader, pagiging incompetent niyang si Marcos Jr. Dito sa video na to mga kababayan, kung bago lang ho kayo sa PH Update, isang like at isang subscribe na kumasaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Alam nyo na ho ang gagawin. Ito na ho ang totoong bilang ika nga. Ayan yun. Ito kasi kagabi kumalat to. Peki ho yan mga kababayan. Ganyan naman ho tayo sa PH Update. Di ba? Doon naman sa video natin, automatic, nung binura ni Ma'am Joey, binura ni Ma'am Joey yung post. Ano ho pala to? Hindi totoo to. Peki ito. Ha? Peki ho yan mga kababayan. Sa kabila ng mga naglabasang interview nitong si Senator Christopher Bongo, kasama pa rin ho siya doon sa mga individual na gusto nang i-dismiss, ma-dismiss yung impeachment na yan. Yung mag-proceed naman, ito ho sila mga kababayan. Nandyan ho si Coco Pimentel, Cayetano, nandito ho si Tolentino, itong si Estrada, itong si Hercito, Risa Ontiveros, Gatchalian, itong si Grace po, ha? Si Grace po at itong si Lauren Legarda. Sa baba naman itong mga silent. Ito yung mga nasa silent mode ngayong mga panahon na to. Nandito itong mag-inang Bilyar, itong si Pia Cayetano, itong si Binay, itong si Villanueva, itong si Lito Lapid, Revilla Bong, at itong si Tulfo. Dito malinaw mga kababayan na talagang yung mga aliado nitong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, nitong si BP Sara, talagang dapat na ma-dismiss yan. Ito talaga, sila talaga yung mga senador. Ito nagpa-pressure ito, nagpabudulo ito doon sa mga naglabasang simbahang Katoliko o universidad na ganito, di ba? Ito sila. Yung simbahang Katoliko, si Fladder Addict lang pala nagsasalita, hindi naman yung buong simbahang Katoliko, di ba? Sinerch natin, si Fladder Prabi lang pala. Nakananto ko di ba? Addict na addict kay Dilima. Lagi niyang kasama Baka siya na yung niya, lagi niyang kasama. Ito mga kababayan, yung mga gustong i-dismiss. Nako, nandito itong si Cheese, si Cheese Escudero. Anak ko, parang I smell something. Smell something species. Nako, yan ang ba sinasabi natin. Malamang sa malamang, itong mga nasa proceed na to, sila yung mga boboto dito kay Tito Soto kung sakaling magkaroon ng rigodon dyan sa Senado. At ito naman ang mga meron ng kasunduan na kung sakaling magkarigodon, pero si manggagamit, di ba din yan, pumupostura din na maging Senate President. Pero matindi ho itong development na to, itong gusto nang i-dismiss at mag-proceed. Ano ho masasabi nyo dito mga kababayan? Andito sa taas si Cheese. Doon sa unang listahan kagabi, si Cheese kasama doon sa magko-convene. Ngayon naman kasama na ho siya dito sa magdi-dismiss. At itong si Zubiri, kasama ho siya sa mga mag-convene. Ito naman kasama na ho siya sa mga gustong i-dismiss. Yung impeachment na yan, laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Parang naging interesting itong listahan na to. Ayun mga kababayan, commentary ako kayo dito sa pinakalitas na listahan na to sa mga senador na gustong i-dismiss at mag-proceed o tahimik lamang dyan sa impeachment na yan laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Ito isang mahusay na abogado itong si former Associate Justice Adolfo Ascuna. Siya yung mag-aano dito kung meron bang nalabag na sa ating saligang batas diyan sa mga nangyayari ngayon sa Senado, diyan sa pagpapatagal o diyan sa pagti-dribble nitong si Cheese Escudero diyan sa impeachment laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte.
For joining us today.
Good morning, Ritson.
Okay, Justice, there's this whole debate, as we all know, it has now become national over the word that you wrote, forthwith. My question is, why did you not use the word immediately? Why the word forthwith? At pareho lang bang meaning nun? Kayo po nagsabi na agad-agad ang ibig sabihin nito sa ating national language.
Alam mo, yung forthwith na yan, is a flexible term. Ang first meaning is agad-agad or immediate, but there are secondary meanings of the term, and the secondary meaning is without unreasonable delay. So depende sa circumstances. In this particular case, personally, I believe that there has been no unreasonable delay. There has been a delay, but within reason. At the test there is whether or not the delay prevents a fair trial. In this case, I don't think the delay has prevented a fair trial for the Vice President. So okay lang so far. There has been no violation of the provision of the Constitution on forthwith.
Again, so
Yari kayo dito para doon sa mga apurado dyan dahil forthwith. Wala palang nalalabag ang Senado sa mga kaganapan na to. Base dito sa isa sa mga nag-author, isa sa mga author ng ating Constitution, itong si former Associate Chief Justice, former Associate Justice Adolfo Ascuna. Naku, yari kayo dito. para doon sa mga abogadong forthwith ng forthwith. Dapat point blank, walang maraming cheche-bureche, umpisahan na yan. Hindi po pala ganun ang interpretasyon yan. Huwag kasi kayong magbida-bidahan, huwag kayong maggaling-galingan. Yan tuloy, sabi nitong si Ascuna, sige, hayaan mo sila magsalita. Daldal kayo ng daldal dyan. Okay, galing-galingan kayo. Ako nagsulat yan eh. Sige, galing-galingan kayo dyan. Sige, hayaan mo sila. Bibira ako ngayon. Wala silang linabag. Hindi naman ganon ang interpretation ng forthwith. Flexible yan. Pambira itong si Ascuna, no? Ang tagal na panahon, pinapanood niya magpupukan, mambakbakan niyang forthwith. Bigla siyang bibira. Wala, flexible yung forthwith.
I did not get that clearly. There has been or there has been no violation for you?
So far, as I see it, no violation.
No violation. So you...
Ikaw naman, Ma'am Gretchen Ho, hindi naman ako magaling sa English, pero kahit pa paano, naiintindihan ko na walang violation. Flexible nga eh. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng flexible? Walang na-violate sa ating saligang batas, diyan sa pagditribol nito si Cheese, diyan sa impeachment na yan. Diba? Sabi siguro nitong si Ascuna, nakita niya yung mga facts. Nga no. Naka-4 na impeachment sila, hindi trinanspit. Yung pang-4 trinanspit. Tapos trinanspit ng last day. Ngayon sinisisi Senado. Walang flexible.
You see that the Senate President has been reasonable with how he has framed this timeline to come after the elections and to provide time for the prosecution and the defense to present their sides. Agree po kayo dun sa kanyang timeline na nilatag?
Yung timeline ni Francis Tolentino, Senator Tolentino, ay medyo masikip. It might not be sufficient because that is premised on his assumption that the 20th Congress cannot continue the process of the impeachment, which is contrary to my belief. I believe that this can be carried over to the 20th Congress as long as the jurisdiction has attached already in the 19th Congress.
Pero yung timeline po ni Senate President Cheese Escudero, sabi po niya ay ito nga ay nakikita niyang maaaring tumawid. Tama po, pareho po kayo. Yun nga po ay pagdating ng June 11, magko-convene lamang, I think until June 30. Tapos, by the next Congress pa po magsisimula itong trial na ito. Kasi sabi niya, mahabaan yung diskusyon. Agree po kayo dun sa kanya na pinushback niya mula dun sa before the elections because it is highly political or politically charged context going around this impeachment, that it was wiser to delay the start of the whole process.
Agreed ako doon sa kanyang time frame na they will convene on the 11th and then they will read the articles and serve a copy on the respondent, and then maybe they can start the trial, but if they cannot finish it, they'll pass it on to the next Congress, the Senate to the next Congress. That is, to me, a feasible and lawful, legal, complying timetable.
Is that the reason why you used the word forthwith, to provide some wiggle room for circumstances like these?
Yes, and forthwith naman is regarding the start of the process. And so, as long as it's started within a reasonable time and it's continued, if it's not finished in the 19th Congress, it can be continued in the 20th Congress.
And for his decision, actually, nag-cite po ng President, itong si Senate President Jesus Escudero kahapon, yung nangyari kay Chief Justice Corona, na nag-resume sila after Christmas break at wala naman daw naging problema. Dito kay Chief Justice Hilario Davide, na sinabi niya, no, a lot of civil society groups were against this and the Senate said busy sila sa budget. I mean, ano po yung bounds no? When it comes to, because if you take a look at the resumption of the plenary, kung titingnan niyo po yung nangyari in the past days, inuna po nila yung maraming legislation, no? Hindi po nila tinakal kaagad pagka-resume ng mga hearings na yan. So, it would seem that there has been, parang no sense of urgency in the Senate to put this on the table.
I think priority given to the legislative matters is reasonable because those matters lapse with the Congress. They cannot be carried over to the 20th Congress. So inuna nila yon dahil maglalapse yun eh. On the other hand, the trial of the impeachment will not lapse. It can be continued in the next Congress. So it can wait in a way. As against the also urgent matters that would otherwise lapse. So to me, it was a reasonable delay, as long as a fair trial is still possible, and it is.
Okay. The Senate President has taken his oath yesterday. Today, the Senate jurors will take their oath. After that, is the impeachment court already convened? What should happen after that?
Yes, after that, they should convene as an impeachment court, and the article should be read to them, and they should assign it to the Rules Committee and order that a copy be served on the respondent. That is, to me, what will trigger the jurisdiction of the impeachment court.
So all of that must happen before the 19th Congress adjourns. Pero
Correct.
ito nga po yung
Before it
pinag-uusapan
bows
din
out.
po.
Its adjournment doesn't mean it ends. It can
Okay.
adjourn but still exists. It ceases to exist June 30. I know.
Okay, so even pagkatapos ng sine die ng 13,
Yes,
maaari pa silang magkaroon ng pagdinig. Pero meron din
Correct.
pong debate, no, kung kanino po i-refer itong articles of impeachment, kung sa Committee on Rules or sa
Rules.
Committee on Justice. Sabi po ni Senate President Escudero, ang paniniwala niya ay sa Committee on Justice. Ano po ba yung sinasabi ng konstitusyon?
Wala pong sinasabi dyan ang Konstitusyon. Nakalagay lang that the Congress can adopt its own rules to implement the impeachment procedure under Article 11. So, nasa kanila po yon kung saan nila i-refer.
Okay. Pero ito po yung sa pagkatapos nung pag-oath taking po nila, sa Committee on Rules po talaga dapat.
Doon yata sa rules nila, ganun ang
Okay.
paraan.
Okay.
Opo.
Pag-usapan naman po natin yung pagtawid papunta po sa 20th Congress. Si Senator Tolentino said, "Show me a provision in the 1987 Constitution that would point to the words carry over." Wala daw po sa Constitution po natin. And sabi niya, he cited the Jefferson Manual to defend his position that impeachment cannot carry over to the next Congress. Do you have an idea of this so-called Jefferson Manual, and what is that interpretation all about?
Okay, the word that to me is in the Constitution that indicates that it can cross over to the next Congress is proceed. The trial shall proceed by the Senate shall proceed. So if it proceeds, it will survive the chains of Congress. Otherwise, it will not proceed. So the word proceed is what to me authorizes a crossover.
And that word is the word after forthwith. Am I referring to the right
Yes.
provision?
Shall forthwith proceed. Yes, that means trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. So it will start and it should be finished. It cannot be finished if it lapses with the Congress. So it doesn't lapse.
Okay. Pero kung titingnan po natin, no, yung mag-o-oath po today will be a different set of senators in the 20th Congress. So today, do we expect only 12 senators to take their oath? Paano po yun? Paano magbabago yun? Pati rin po sa prosecution, magbabago rin po ang miyembro ng Kongreso that will discuss this. So, if this is convened now, won't it be complicated because of the members in the prosecution and also in the jurors?
The change in the membership of the court does not affect the jurisdiction of the court. Similarly, a change in the person of the judge doesn't affect the jurisdiction of the court. So there may be changes in the personalities of the members of the court, but the jurisdiction that is attached to the court continues.
But do you expect this to be challenged in the Supreme Court? Because giving the good Senator Tolentino the benefit of the doubt, it seems that it could be challenged in the Supreme Court. Where do you see this going?
Yes, the Supreme Court is the final arbiter on the interpretation of the Constitution. So all this can be challenged in the Supreme Court at the proper time.
What could be challenged at the Supreme Court? Let's say the impeachment trial heads to a verdict. Could the decision also be challenged, or is it nullified to begin with if the Supreme Court rules that hindi pwedeng tumawid?
What could be challenged is the crossover. It could be contended. The matter of the impeachment cannot be carried over and it lapses with the 19th Congress. That's one issue that can be raised in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, yun nung mga sinabi niya na pwede, opinion nito si former Associate Justice Ascuna yon. Pero pwede pa rin i-challenge sa Korte Suprema. Diba? Paano pagka sinabi ng Korte Suprema, nako, hindi pwede yan. Kung anong inumpisahan nyo nung 19, dapat tapusin nyo. Diba? Yung iba dyan, gusto nilang tapusin para mabawasan yung mga pwedeng ibato nitong si BP sa Korte Suprema. Diba? Yung kung gusto ni Coco Pimentel tapusin ng 3 araw, tapusin nyo na. Diba? Para makamove on na tayo. Wala, tayo naman, confident tayo na talagang babalagbagin ni BP Sara yung mga yan sa trial. Ang atin lang naman ho dito, kawawa na ho mga Pilipino, dami yung nagugutom. Ang dami yung naghihirap ngayong mga panahon na to dahil sa mga kapalpakan ng administrasyon. Ngayon, kung sa loob ng 3 taon, dahil yan ang gustong mangyari ng administrasyon, walang humpay ang usapin ng impeachment na yan, wala na ho talagang mangyayari sa atin. At para sa mga senador na talagang gusto nilang patagalin, paabot, kasi pagka pinaabot ng 20th Congress yan, makakaasa ho kayo ng talagang pagkaladkad dyan sa issue na yan. Wala na hong trabaho matatapos. Sa Malacanang, sa House of Representatives, sa Senado, yan lang hong pagpupukusan nila. Kasi dyan makakapagpa-epal yung mga ibang senador, yung mga re-electionist o kung sino pa man na gustong pumustura sa 2028. Yan yung ika nga pre-publicity. Ngayon, ang mangyayari ho dito, nahulog lahat sila sa bitag nitong si BP Sara.
The other issue has to do with the fact that there were 3 previous complaints filed against the Vice President, and it wasn't acted upon by the House. What the House did was adopt its own complaint. And so it can be contended. And there's a pending case in the Supreme Court contending that this is the 4th complaint and it violates the prohibition that says that not more than one complaint can be filed against an official for within a year.
Pag ganun po, ibig sabihin po, mananalify po if the Supreme Court does say that it is not constitutional to have this crossover, mananalify po kung kahit anumang result.
It depends on the court. The court can nullify the whole thing,
Okay.
or it can provide guidance on how to proceed.
Oo. But what is are the bounds of the Supreme Court when it comes to deciding? Because they are also equal chambers. Hanggang saan lang po pwedeng magdesisyon yung Korte Suprema? There have been instances, Senate President Escudero has mentioned before, the Supreme Court ruled hindi sinunod ng Senate yung desisyon ng Supreme Court, and then there is a danger of having a constitutional crisis. So hanggang saan lang po yung bounds ng kanilang jurisdiction?
The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court has to do with power to determine in a certiorari case whether there has been a grave abuse of discretion on the part of any organ or agency of government. That would include the Senate. As long as there is a violation of the Constitution, the Supreme Court can declare that act invalid. And that is the provision of the Constitution now. That was not so in the previous Constitution. This is something new.
And you also mentioned in your social media posts that a dismissal of the impeachment would be a grave violation of the Constitution. Can you expound a little bit on that? If they head towards that direction and push for the dismissal or a de facto dismissal that has been thrown around.
What I said was if they accept the articles but they do not proceed to trial, or they dismiss it without trial, that would be a violation, a grave violation of the Constitution, because the Constitution clearly says that after receiving the articles, trial shall proceed forthwith. So dismissing it means wala ng trial. They are required to hold trial. It's not discretionary. It says shall. Trial shall. That means obligatory. Shall proceed.
Okay, so in your opinion, just to wrap things up, has the Senate President done his job well, given the way things are happening?
Yes, I think so far I'm happy with the way it's been going, because it looks like they're going to hold the trial, whether in the 19th or 20th Congress, doesn't matter.
All right, thank you so much for explaining.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dito na una tatapusin ng ating reaction video. Ang sigurado ko dito, wala hong paglabag na ginawa itong si Cheese dyan sa pagdi-dribble niya na yan, dyan sa impeachment itong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Base ho yan sa dito kay former Associate Justice Adolfo Ascuna. Maraming salamat to. Mag-ingat to kayo lahat. Mahalin lahat ng Pilipinas. Grabe, daming nangyayari ho ngayong mga araw na to.